Hello, welcome to episode number 9 of the Shift Change Videocast.
Yeah, that's a lot of fingers.
I'm going to go with Evander Kane.
I'm going to go and
the
say
noob.
Ryan Lindell.
Hi, Evander. Oh, I liked Ryan Lindell.
He was a great guy. Great guy.
Evander Kane introduced himself to Buffalo. Lots of Sabre things to talk about that we'll get to, and then we have some hot Oscar takes.
Ooh.
All right, first of all, the Sabres. Evander Kane came to Buffalo, said hello to everyone. Seems like a friendly guy. That's my only impression of him. Seems
sure.
all right to me.
Yeah, he had his arm in a sling.
He said he wanted to be traded from Winnipeg. We kind of noticed that.
And, pretty standard visit, I thought.
Didn't want to talk about tracksuits?
No.
Neither do I. I don't want to talk about tracksuits either.
Although he was wearing, like, you know, the standard, like,
well-dressed.
Sabres. Like, in the photo I saw, he was wearing the Sabres.
I was thinking about when he was on TV. He was very well-dressed.
I didn't see him on TV.
Yeah, he had like a sort of a blue thing that was sort of, you know, had some lines on it.
I saw the press conference where he was just wearing, like, the same sort of, like, warm-up suit that Ted Nolan wears.
Oh.
When they're out on the ice.
Would you call it a tracksuit or just a warm-up suit? I don't think there's any real difference.
I think it's a different material, like windbreaker type material, rather than tracksuits.
So he's not a problem here as long as they don't get any tracksuits.
Absolutely.
All right. Also, the Sabres
too cold for a tracksuit anyway.
They keep sort of getting away with being bad still, but getting some points. That's not good.
5 points. I'm not comfortable with this at all. Just get back down there. Let's give Neuvert a week off. How about that?
What was the highest it got to? 8? 7?
8.
I mean, I was more comfortable at 8. I still think they'll be just fine. I think they'll be all right. I mean, they got outshot last night like 100-0. The Corsi. I'm still calling it Corsi. I don't care what you say, NHL.
That's what they said on the Sabres broadcast.
Corsi.
It said Corsi, and it said -41 after
-41
after 2.
And they didn't lose in regulation.
Nope.
You're going to lose most of those games in regulation. I think they'll be fine. Plus, they may not be able to trade the goalie, but he won't be this good forever. He's got a career .910 save percentage. You know, he's going to have hot streaks. Stuff happens.
But, like, that's enough hot streaking for now.
Yeah, please.
Cool it back
down,
stop
that.
Man. What the hell?
I know you want the job long term. You want money.
Although, like, what if he gets, like, 3 shutouts this week? Then can we trade him?
For anything. To anyone.
Tim Murray did say that he would, like, any of his UFAs, he'd look into even taking, like, a 6th-round pick for him.
Which is what he should do. And I think that somebody will do that, I think. I mean, Tampa Bay needs a backup. Here, have this guy. He's played pretty well. I'm hopeful that that happens because I think Lindback is terrible, and whoever they call up is going to be terrible.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
They will finish 30th. There's no reason to panic. The only time you should be panicking, is if it gets real close. If it gets to 2 points.
Yeah.
If it gets to 1 game apart, and then the Sabres have those games at the end of the year where they're going to play Arizona, who is a Tankatorius. I mean, they are a Tankosaurus Rex right now, too.
Oh.
Yes, thank you.
You got a lot of funny words there.
They're Tankalicious.
Okay.
Tankadorius.
I don't have any. They're just bad.
That's because you're not clever or creative.
Oh, no, not me.
You did have a good song about the tank, though.
2.
Well, I haven't listened to the second one yet.
It's the same song. It's just more of it.
Oh.
Because that's how original I am.
Good job.
Thanks.
And Nikita Zadorov shows up late to meetings. Breaking news, he doesn't show up on time. I don't have a hot take on that. I mean,
that's because he's on Russian time.
Good one. Show up. Show up on time.
Yeah. Come on.
But, you know, I was thinking about this. Watch this. There's a movie that was nominated for the Oscars last night that made me think of Nikita Zadorov.
Hey, now.
Tie-in. That's what it's called in the business.
You are just working overtime, and I'm along for the ride today.
Professionalism.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. So, Whiplash. If you've seen the movie Whiplash.
It's so good.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
The drummer guy shows up late, and it gets him in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, thinking about Nikita Zadorov, he is really young and probably not as mature as most National Hockey League players. It's harder to show up on time for stuff when you're in college or a kid, isn't it? I mean, we've all done that as a kid, shown up late or forgot to go somewhere we were supposed to go, only he's doing it at the National Hockey League level, so it's, you know, bigger.
Yeah, it's just, you're not as conscious of it, I guess, although, like, for me, once when I was 14 or whatever, and I showed up late for football practice because my mom had to drop my sister off somewhere else, I had to run laps. even though it wasn't my fault. And then after that, I was never late for anything, like, ever again.
And maybe Nikita...
Because I don't like running. It's not my favorite.
I'm just going to not say anything.
Yeah, okay, that's probably smart.
About anything. Let's talk about the Oscars. So that's our hot take on Zadorov, yeah?
Yeah, he's not on time. Trade him. Trade him right now. This guy is a cancer in the locker room.
Once you go to cancer, then you take it from like lukewarm to blazing hot.
Blazing hot takes.
When you go to locker room.
Has anyone said trade him yet? I mean, the Murray thing was like an hour ago. So.
No, I don't think anyone really wants to trade him.
I know you're out there. Someone said trade him. I know that happened.
Although somebody pointed that one of the hockey boards, like the online, what do they call them?
Forums.
Forums had like 300 posts about him being late to a meeting. So there are hot takes out there if you want to find them. Let's talk about the Oscars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, Internet. Here's one thing I know about you, Internet. You hate everything.
You do.
Everything that you watch, everything that goes on, every sport,
This videocast right now.
You hate it.
It's the worst.
Obviously, say some racist things in the comments. You'll fit right in. Here's the deal. I enjoyed the Oscars last night.
Like the show?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Well, I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched the last maybe hour or so because I was at the Sabres game.
Oh.
But I liked the performance by Common and John Legend.
Well, that was good.
I thought it was really good.
You probably tuned in right at the best part of the show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I missed Best Costume Design, so...
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough.
It was neck and neck. It was really intense.
The Lady Gaga thing was a little, like... Okay, but I thought she sung really well.
She did sing really, really well. Like, she doesn't need meat dresses or anything. Like,
she could just sing.
She could just sing and it would be amazing.
I've always thought that about her. Like, she's too talented to need shtick. But, whatever. She's got
Maybe that's another maturity thing.
Maturity thing, yeah.
You'll show up on time and you'll take your meat dress off. Anyway.
Should we just end this right now?
No, I thought the show was kind of weak. Like, the writing for the jokes.
Neil Patrick Harris, not funny.
Well, like, he was fine and he was, like, delivering it, but, like, all of his jokes are written, right? Mm-hmm. The writing was awful.
I did laugh at the Ed Snowden joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was uncomfortable as all hell.
It was uncomfortable. It's just...
That's why I laughed, because it was awkward.
And they had the big running gag about his lockbox of Oscar predictions that paid off at the end. That the payoff was, like, tedious and long and boring, as were all the running gags. And it was just, who is writing this show?
Yeah, the lockbox thing. He hypes this whole thing up. And it was just like...
It was a recap.
Sad trombone.
Yeah.
It was just not funny at all.
None of the bits getting there were funny. None of the audience bits were funny. It was just like, they had a nice musical intro with Anna Kendrick and Jack Black at the beginning.
Didn't see that.
It was entirely downhill after that.
Well, that's interesting because where I dropped into the show was... There wasn't a lot of Neil Patrick Harris when I dropped in. It was like...
Did you get in for the Travolta gag?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all right. That was okay. He was touching her face way too much. That was creepy.
I got that.
But then you got the music. You got the two best musical performances of the night, and then you get to the media awards. But the early parts were just painfully unfunny.
Like, Common is so good. Good.
His speech with no notes.
So good.
Like, you couldn't tell if it was a speech or a freestyle. It had, like, a nice rhythm to it.
Such a smart guy, such a great song, and people actually crying in the audience. I know they're actors, which may mean they're pretending to cry. But actual people crying in the audience is pretty impressive if you could do that with music.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the decision to go with Birdman by the Oscar voter people? What do they call them? The Academy.
The Academy. I definitely, if it were me, I would have voted for Whiplash in a heartbeat. Those are the only two nominated films I saw, Birdman and Whiplash. Of course, I'd also choose Guardians of the Galaxy over either, because that's just me. But for me, Birdman, like, you respect how amazing it was, that it was, like, one continuous shot, and that was, like, revolutionary, that's cool. But it won a screenplay award, too, and I thought the writing and the character development wasn't really there. Like, Michael Keaton's main character, sure, that's great. They pick up, like, Ed Norton, and there's really no arc to him. It's just like, here's this guy, he, like, breaks up with this other girl and starts sleeping with Emma Stone, and that's it. Like, there's no resolution, or there were just like these dangling threads all over the place, I felt, and it was always weird because they made it one continuous shot when Michael Keaton was not in the shot. It just felt like this is why movies have scene transitions, because you just feel like you're being deprived of the main character.
You know, all those issues that you bring up, I would say fair enough. I thought that the acting was tremendous in that movie, and I thought that it had a lot to say and was very uniquely done. You mentioned how it's shot, but the music was interesting too. When his Birdman character from the past is coming up, it's like big cinematic music.
Yeah.
And then when it's the artistic part of it, it's like just drums and bass and like kind of jazzy. And it's like there's little things like that. There's also a speech that really stuck with me when Michael Keaton rips into a journalist about how she doesn't really analyze anything. She just labels stuff. And I thought that was like really good writing, and also had a lot to say. So I mean,
it had a lot to say, but it had a lot of different things to say. Like at first, it comes off like, oh, comic book movies are stupid. I want to be a real actor, an artist. But by the end, like the whole point is he realizes that being that guy is basically the same thing that gets you into the same stuff.
That's why I think it's clever.
Yeah, but it's just for me I really like the focus of Whiplash. Like it's not as all over the place or experimental, but it is crisp and focused. Like, this is a movie about what it takes to be great.
Yes.
Like, great at something, and, like, you freaking feel it the whole time. Like, kind of riding the emotional ups and downs of that movie until the payoff at the end, which was awesome.
The ending is incredible. The music is amazing. The thing with Whiplash that I couldn't help but think about was athletes. And how everybody thinks that their kid could be a great athlete, and you know, even every guy who plays junior college or whatever. But in order to reach true greatness, there are a lot of things that you have to go through. And there's also a question there that's sort of left out there, and I don't even know how you really answer it, about like whether it's worth it, what he went through to get there, and how much it involved, and coaching, right? And just how we coach people. Like, could you have gotten that drummer to that point without doing that? And I don't think the answer is unequivocally no, but the movie suggests
that J.K. Simmons thinks the answer is no.
He does, and a lot of coaches would think along the same way.
Yeah.
So I was thinking sports with this all the way through. And I thought that was a brilliant movie. I didn't see some of the other ones that look good. I thought it was a really strong crop, though, overall.
I do really want to see The Imitation Game. I'm interested in that.
You know, I didn't have much interest in it when it was a trailer, but after seeing all the awards it got and just some snippets of it, it looks pretty interesting.
Plus, Benedict Cumberbatch is just a fun name to say.
It really is. All right. There's your Ryan Lindell. Did we do you proud, Ryan? We kicked it.
I think we did.
Hold on. We kicked it right through the uprights.